Hello, everybody, and welcome to today's live stream. I am your host, Sarnie, and I'm joined by the wonderful Mod Mack. How are you doing, Mack? How's it going?
Hello. I'm real good. I'm going on holiday in one day, so I'm pretty hyped.
You wanna tell us any more about your holiday plans, or are you just gonna keep that shush?
No, I'm worried that they'll track me down and find me while I'm abroad.
Very wise, very wise. Well, for what I know about where you're going, I'm very excited for you. So I hope you have an amazing time.
Nice.
Awesome. How are you feeling about the Herblore blog stuff going down? Just before we get into all the intros and things.
I mean, after seeing some comments come through on Reddit today after the post, I'm feeling pretty good. Feels like people are feeling that it's in a good spot. They're happy with the feedback that came in. So, yeah.
Awesome stuff. Yes, indeed. So, if you couldn't figure out what we're here to talk about today, there's a little Herblore activity we wanted to push out with Varlamore Part 2. We put a blog out on Monday, and then today we put out a nice little updated blog. I already did it. Just to caveat a little bit, Mac has challenged me not to say the H word throughout this whole stream, and the only time I'm allowed to use it is when I'm saying the command. So once I've done that, I'm going to try and avoid that word as much as possible. But I think production in the background, they are going to tick off the list. So yeah, if you didn't realize, exclamation mark Herblore, I'll just get out of the way now. In the chat, if you want to check out the blog, there's been an updated version of it with like a nice little breakdown of all the things we've changed. I've even edited the audio readings and given you a new one for the feedback changes, just for you lovely lot. But if you haven't read it, don't worry, we're probably going to be going through every little bit of the feedback changes in here, so do not worry. So yeah, as I said, new updated version went out today. Pretty good. How's that? How's the week been for you, Mac? Detailing that, because it's been pretty full on with feedback, I think.
Yeah, it's a mix of feedback, and in the downtime I've had, I've been doing a bit of prototyping for this. So things are moving. It's getting a feel for how it is in reality. Maybe a few tweaks needed in hindsight, but yeah, we'll see.
We will see indeed. And for those of you who are wondering, there will be a poll with this going over the rewards that will launch fairly soon. And we will be coming back with an updated version of some sort of updated news post that will go over some of the progress we've been making, so we can keep you up to date on keeping you transparent basically on what we're doing, because we know that some of the things in this content are going to need a little bit of work and care to make sure we're heading in the right direction in terms of like potion storage. I can say potion storage, the pre-pot device, and especially the new potion, which we'll touch on a little bit later. But I also want to mention that this week, and especially next week, is our game jam, our 5th game jam, I believe, which is crazy thinking like how long it's been since we've started those. So you can use hashtag OSRS game jam on Twitter or X, or however you want to call that platform, and see what the JMods have been sharing and all their ideas there. Some have already asked for feedback, so you can go there and give your little takes on there. I'm sure the JMods would appreciate it. So before we kick off, let's go over some announcements. Exclamation mark game update. This week brings Varlamore CA tweaks, Moons of Peril armor weight adjustments, the start of game jam, and more. So you can check out all the patch notes with that. And I will say there will be no game update next week. There might still be some downtime, but there will definitely be no game update next week. So just bear that in mind. Right, finally, exclamation mark Herblore, because I can say it there. We've updated the news post on Varlamore's proposed new activity following your feedback. Check it out and let us know your thoughts. Again, there's a little audio read, but we'll probably be going through everything in this live stream. So you can use it. You can have it on the side while we're chatting, it'll be a good time. And then exclamation mark rebalance. We've made some more tweaks to our combat focused project rebalance proposal based on your feedback. So you can check out the blog for more details and let us know your thoughts. Exclamation mark stages. For this specific activity, myself and Mod Mac were on Discord stages only 2 days ago, discussing ideas for the proposal for that. So you can actually hop on that command and check it out for yourself. It is in the Discord as well. There's a little handy section for past stages VODs, so you can check that out there too. And yeah, exclamation mark Discord. Jump into the Discord server, join it. It's really, really, really good in there. A lot of friendly faces able to help out, and you can keep in touch for all the future stages to come. Now, let's go. I've just seen the counter as well for my blunders. So that's nice. Thank you, production. It's okay. We don't mind a bit of scuff here. It's fine. Right. So yeah, again, let's just crack on with the Q&A. We've got some pre-prepared questions that have been asked by a lot of players across our socials, and we're going to sort of touch on things that were asked on Monday's blog as well as this blog, because we want to sort of like reiterate any changes that we've made, just for those who haven't read the blog yet or haven't had a chance to catch up. So if you've got any questions, please feel free to pop them in chat. As always, our mods will be on hand to collect them, and we will try and get through as many as we can. I've been told there's a big list of questions in this one. Yeah, I've just looked. There's 53 preset questions, so we'll see if we can get through them, Mac. I don't know how you're feeling, but I'm feeling fairly confident.
I feel like I don't have the confidence you do, but we'll have a good go. We'll have a good go.
Hell yeah. That's all we need. Just a good go, you know? So, all right, let's crack on then. So, question number 1. The current minigame proposal resembles Giant's Foundry, and I'm worried we'll have to watch the UI at the top the whole time. Can you elaborate if this new activity will also be like that or not?
I think this is largely in part to maybe just us not quite communicating quite clearly how it's going to play out. So really the only thing you're going to have to look at is your bank and the orders that come in on the interface. So you'll look at the order, you'll see which one you want to do, and then you'll run off and complete it. It's not like you need to be laser focused on this bar and make sure it doesn't go over an edge or anything. That's not part of the gameplay here. So yeah.
Yeah, for what it's worth, we had in our feedback meeting, we spoke about how we could also utilize in-game elements to communicate that, so you wouldn't even need to specifically look at that order UI, even though it will be a small feature. Like, I think one of the Mac was like NPCs shouting out the orders consistently, so you can just keep an eye on, like, you know, them.
Yeah, I can see NPCs screaming at you from across the room being a bit annoying, but there might be some alternative we can do that would work here.
I quite like it. It's thematically fitting, considering they've had like the influx of orders and they need to get, they need to get the shipments out on time.
Give them a yes chef back, or a yes alchemist.
Yes alchemist, yeah. I like that. Awesome. So yeah, it won't be as focused as like Giant's Foundry in terms of the UI, and also making potions and that whole sort of process will be a lot quicker. Like, you'll probably be able to make like multiple potions, while like comparatively to what you would as like one contract in Giant's Foundry. So just to clear that up, yeah, I think we've done a better job explaining that in the newest blog. But if there's any doubts, you can clip this and share this round. So all right, next question then. Will we be able to use unfinished potions in place of herbs?
Can now. We've changed it. So we've kind of rebranded what was the herb mill into the herb refiner. So you can now take your vials of whatever it is, herbs in water, run it through the refiner, and it will kind of filter out the juice, and you can go ahead and use that.
Awesome stuff. Yeah, we felt it was a bit unfair for all the people that have already made tons and tons of unfinished potions that they wouldn't be able to use it there. So it's a nice. I don't think it disrupts anything. It doesn't really change the flow. It's just another way of getting into the activity, which is good. Am I allowed to say herb, by the way, Mac, in our little rule, or is that also off limits?
The word's herblore. Yeah, you can't say herb.
Okay, all right. So I can't. And does that mean I can't say lore either?
No, you're allowed lore. You can say lore if you want.
Okay, all right, cool. I just wanted to check. All right. Okay, we needed to clarify the rules beforehand, really, but it's fine. Yes, right. Question number 3 then. Could you please add more uses for Torstols above all, as they were definitely missing from the list?
Yeah, I think we just forgot to put them on the list on the original post. They'll see a use in there. They'll probably be in the, I think, the lie tier, like the highest tier, or maybe somewhere between.
Yeah, just to preference the actual table in the blog that lists all the greens that are available to be used. That is just an example now, because we didn't want to give you. We still need to spend a bit of time making sure that tier list is in order. But that is just an example now. That is not like the actual list of tiers and where herbs will sit. So we'll probably touch on that later, because I can see a question down there, which we'll come back to. All right. Thank you, Mod Mac. Next question then is, can you please clarify if the mentioned low XP means XP gained per herb will be low, or just the XP gained per hour? How will the XP gained per herb compared to traditional potion making?
It's a tricky one, and it's definitely still kind of just subject to balancing, and we just need to look at the numbers properly. I see this as being the goal, really. If we can get it to the state where it's more XP per herb but less XP per hour, that's kind of the sweet spot. And if we can get that, great. If not, it might end up being lower on both. And then you kind of take the fact that you're getting the rewards as your bonus, if you like, instead of the XP. But this isn't intended as a meta activity anyway. So
yeah, there's not many ways to train Herblore as it is at the moment. So this was more just giving you an alternative to do it. We didn't want to really change the meta too much, and it's exactly why we didn't put the XP rates into the blog, because we still want to make sure that we're taking the time and making sure that it's balanced correctly, because we don't want to, we don't want an issue where we present rates and then we actually get to balancing and go, oh, actually those rates are crazy. So we at least want to take some time, and in the the updated blog that we share at some point in the near future, when we go over some sort of of the more details and our progress has gone a little further, we'll probably mention the XP rates in there instead for you. So don't worry, it will come. It's just you have to just give us a little bit of time, hopefully. So awesome. All right. So question 5, is the intention to use this as a space to dump herbs you don't need for a little less XP, but you don't have to use the secondaries? Or will this be like Giant's Foundry, where you'll be getting the best XP per herb? So we sort of touched on this, but...
yeah, it's intended to be a little bit of the initial point there. I imagine a lot of players will have plenty of herbs in their bank. This will be the ideal place for them to dump into and... in a way, kind of get some value out of your Taramins, which I imagine everyone should like. So, yeah.
Yeah, indeed. I just said it again as well. That's another one for the counter. I don't know if it's been updated, but I'm not gonna cheat the counter. I'll own up to my mistakes. So yeah, I'm on 8. The production just told me I'm on 8. Have I really messed up that much? No way. I'm calling
paying attention, to be honest with you.
I'm calling rigged, bro. I'm calling this is rigged already. All right, question 6 then. Any chance the order of the herb component list can reflect? Oh my god, I just did it again. The level instead of the grand exchange value.
Yeah, we initially based it on GE value because it just felt the most natural. Like, more expensive herb is higher on the list, but in hindsight, it's not entirely ideal, because you might end up with a situation where a lower level herb ends up going up in price, and then do we go back and do we retroactively change the value in the minigame or the activity? So yeah, we've decided now to base it on the actual level of the herb that you require for your Herblore, which just felt maybe just a more of a natural way of doing it. And we're hoping in a way that it will kind of self-correct the prices on the GE, because people will start using more of the lower tier herbs, and then that will go up in price, and it will kind of self-correct.
Yeah, we think this is a better approach all around, because it will keep it, like Max said, keep it consistent. So it means that, you know, the herbs that you, the greens that you'll use at the start of when the activity comes out will also be the same sort of ones you want to use as you go along. So that shouldn't really change too much. So yeah, awesome. All right, number 7. We had a few chemistry nerds, and again, I mean that in the best way possible, because I'd also love to be a chemistry nerd if I could, but I don't have the brain space. Saying Centrifuge doesn't actually make things homogeneous. It in fact does the exact opposite of that. Any chance you could come up with another term?
Yeah, we've changed this. The chemistry nerds have won. I think we've renamed it to the agitator now. It might change again if some other chemistry nerd comes out of the woodwork and says that doesn't work. Yeah, take the names with a pinch of salt. Names are subject to change.
Yeah, for what it's worth, in the blog we also say that we're going to just like review all names to maybe just like base them a little less in reality and lean more into the fantasy element, just to give the idea, you know, I mean, this is a fantasy game after all. We might as well give them some funky names. I think there was like the Mixatron 3000 was one that was in the blog that we we did. So yeah, who knows if you'll be saying that. Saying that, Mac, I don't know if this is in here down there, but we're going to have Steve added in as like a little Easter egg.
So yeah, we had this reward idea back at the start of the project. We had this plan of you'd have like mishaps that happen around the lab, like a fire would start or puddles would form that you'd have to mop up. And you could purchase Steve, who would come in and essentially fix all this stuff for you while you're working. But he's been removed now. Steve is gone. But potentially he can come back as a pet or just a lab assistant who's chilling.
Sorry, a pet for the player as little Steve, the sweeper.
Steve the sweeper, yeah.
Steve the sweeper, yeah. That's we want justice for Steve. Yeah, I feel like Steve should at least have a place, maybe just like in the corner. Maybe because there's no mishaps, you know. Steve just chills in the corner, like he's just waiting. Yeah. He's just waiting for something to go wrong. Yeah. Awesome. All right. Thank you. The next question then is: will the rewards be buyable via some kind of currency the activity offers, or will they be RNG-based, akin to Hunter Rumours, or a mix of both?
Mostly buyable. There is an element of randomness in the form of the potion packs, but for the most part, everything is purchased using reward points that you accrue by using the 3 components. So if you use lots of lie, you'll end up with lots of lie points. If you use lots of mocks, you'll end up with lots of mocks.
Thank you, Max. Sorry, I just saw a really weird comment in chat, and that just sort of threw me off a little bit. For what it's worth, Hollow, I don't think we'd be doing that. Just going to put it out there. I don't know why that caught me off guard so much.
I think it's the caps.
Yeah, I think it was the caps, yeah. And not actually atting us, but kind of atting us, which is interesting. All right, cool. So question number 9 then is: what is the envisioned core loop / tradeoff for iron accounts when it comes to balancing using useful herbs to make potions, Renar, Prayer, Snapdragon, Super Restore, Qualm, Avanto, Irrit for supersets, and using greens in this activity? There's a second part. You want me to read the second part, Mac, or do you just want to go on?
Go for it. Yeah.
All right. Will there be any incentive to use those greens in this activity, such as potion packs rewards will at least get close to returning the same number of expected potions from those greens as I'd have gotten just training and gathering secondaries normally?
Cool. So for the most part, you will need to use at least some amount of the whole herb spectrum in order to get the rewards. So the idea is that even for like the lie pack, you will need to use some mocks and some agar. In terms of getting back what you're putting in, we see this as being less resource efficient than just making the potions yourself. But I do see that what you're getting out of it to be reasonably close, so you're not like completely losing out by doing this.
Yeah. Again, we're going to go into this balancing phase like very very mindful of all the feedback that's been coming in. So, and again, it's exactly why we didn't put the XP per hour or XP per herb methods down, because we wanted to make sure that we do the balancing correctly before we're coming to you guys with those things. So, all right. Question 10 is, how will different greens weigh to different outputs? Example is, if I dump Renars and get super restores out, that's great, but dropping in Snapdragons to get prayer pots wouldn't be so great.
Yeah, there will be an element of this that we intend to add weightings on the prayer pot, on the potion packs, so that you're getting out roughly the sort of stuff that you want to be getting out.
Yeah, I know there was talk as well about internally about some sort of weighting in terms of level as well. So like, you wouldn't be able to just like storm in as a level 20 Herblore newbie and end up getting some Saradome and brews out of it consistently. We're not sure if that's going to be a case of like you just can't get them, or just a very, very rare chance, but it's not going to be like consistent. If you're a low level, you're not going to be pumping out tons of Sarah brews at level 25. So there we go. I know I said it again as well. This question is messing me up. This got 2 mentions of the words I can't say. Is the activity using your own items?
Yes, it's there's a side plan that might take us in a slightly different direction, but yeah, you will be using all of your own herbs for doing the production during this activity. There was an idea that came up of having sort of herbs growing throughout the lab, and every now and then, if you've used enough of a certain herb, there is a chance for one of the herbs to kind of come into maturity, and then you can run over and collect a few of those just to sort of top yourself up and get a little bit back for what you're putting in. That might just be a small passive way of gaining some herbs. Undecided yet if that's going to be a thing.
Yeah, I think that would just definitely go into some sort of like balancing again. But a lot of this is going to come down to balancing. I will just preface probably a lot of the questions that come into XP and like balancing of rewards. It is a lot of balancing that's going into this, so we're going to be very careful, and it's exactly why we've taken this approach of like giving you the rewards and giving you the base sort of synopsis of how the activity works, and then we'll come back later with the extra information so you can get a real feel for the actual gameplay loop and how things are going to be utilized. So yeah, that's the plan. We're trying to be very careful. That's what I'm trying to say. We're not trying to over promise and under deliver, or under promise, and maybe we will do want to under promise and over deliver. Maybe that's never a bad thing, I don't think so. We just want to be careful, basically. All right, thank you, Mac. The next question then is, would we be able to use the sack for greens to load them into the mills, which is not the mill anymore, it's called the refiner?
I don't see any reason why not. I think it's just an added bonus for anyone who has the sack. It's a few less trips to the bank. I was initially not too keen on this, but I don't think actually now I have a good reason to say no. So yeah, I think you can use your herb sack.
There you go, easy peasy. You use your sack. I can't say the other word. So yeah, enjoy. All right, question 13. All right, I'm going to try. Maybe we should try and speed this up, Max, so we can whiz through these questions. But I feel like the pacing's been okay. But all right, if players are on the move a lot, will run energy be a problem?
Yeah, but we can do something to fix that. Either we'll give you infinite run, or we'll put like some barrel or a sink somewhere that you can go and take a swig from, and it magically gives you your energy back. Because yeah, it will just feel terrible if you're having to walk all the time. Yeah, awesome. So we're going to make sure, and again, just going back to the Giants Foundry comparison, the room is going to be
much smaller in terms of scale comparatively to like the Giants Foundry layout, because I think that has been the biggest comparison at the moment. So yeah, I think Mac was saying in the Discord stages that first prototyping the room was like a cupboard, so it's been made a bit bigger, but not Giants Foundry level big. Yeah, this is not to say, by the way, I know someone in chat was like, oh, some people running out of run at Giants Foundry. No, but again, it's like the biggest comparison of like that you guys have at the moment for this mini game. So I'm trying to like make the comparisons as clear as possible.
There's definitely more movement in this than there is in Giants Foundry, just from having played the prototype.
Yeah, exactly. But again, we're going to make sure that it feels good. That's what we want at the end of the day, this activity to feel good. Right, okay. Question 14 then. Are the base elements stackable? Can we refine our stuff down, then spend the rest of the time making pots, or do we have to resupply and re-mill throughout the order list?
So currently it's 100 points of each reagent you can store in your mixer. So you can take your herbs out of the bank, mill them down into a stackable paste, and then you can put that paste into your mixer, up to 100 of each. So at some point you will need to come back and refresh them. And you might need to bear that in mind. If you're running really low and you see an order come in, you might need to think, oh, do I have enough of this one to fulfill that order? And that might play a part in your decision making.
Yeah, indeed. Again, I'm probably going to say this a lot, but it will come down to mostly balancing. But again, it feels like in early prototyping that seems to be pretty decent, right, Mac?
Yep.
Sick. All right, question 15. Assuming there is a shop for rewards, are the L, A, and M points used solely in the minigame to determine some point value used for rewards, or will you be rewarded points in each category at the end?
You'll just be rewarded points in each category for each order you complete. So if you complete an order for something that requires 2 L and 1 A, you'll receive 2 L and 1 A points, which will then be spendable in the reward shop.
Yeah, there you go. So hopefully that is cleared that up. All right, question 16 then. Oh, this has got an A caveat as well. Okay. Will there be a chance to mess up the potions during the grinding process or when processing with either the retort, the Alembic, or the, what's the new one? Agitator. There we go. And then they say, I hope not. I like managing multiple processes at the same time. Agitator something while the retort does its thing, but I don't like the anxiety of having to watch for a timer.
Yeah, I'm not really too keen on the idea of having like overcooking something. I think once it's finished, it will just like sit there and wait for you to come and pick it up. So yeah, there's not going to be any like ruined batches or anything. I just feel bad. Yeah,
exactly. Again, there was elements of like disruption before, but found that just to be not as fun, I think, Mac.
Yeah, exactly.
Not that I think we touched upon this in the stages before, but not that can't have its place. Maybe again, gnome cooking is. I'm looking at you, but that is a completely different thing for maybe a completely different time, if at all. So, all right, cool. Question 17 then. What if you already have? We've already touched on this. I can yeet that and not try and get my counter up again, which is sick. All right, divine super. Wait, let me go back a minute. That isn't question 18. It's fine. It's fine, guys. All right, divine super combat, divine ranging potion, stamina, and antivenom plus. Would that be 4 potions, or would super combat not be allowed? This is talking about the pre-pot device. I'm assuming.
Hey, we've skipped ahead, but we can roll with it. Divine super combat. Yeah, that is 4 potions, right? It works on like which potions you physically have in your device. So if you have those 4 potions in there, that counts as 4 potions.
Yeah, and yeah, it'll probably come up later, but yeah, potions are the key thing here. This is a pre-pot device, so just want to make that very clear. Obviously, this would matter in terms of like order you'd want to do them in, but that is up to you what order you want to put them in for. Cool. All right. So next one is Is XP rewarded upon delivery or just processing the pots?
At the moment, XP is awarded at every stage of the process, and it's just at the end that you receive your reward points. So it's consistent little bits of XP coming in.
Agreed. All right, cool. I'm going to just jump in quickly. And Mac, I don't know what your thoughts are on this, but I'm seeing some people, and I saw it in the threads before, overloads are a tricky reward space. And I don't know if this is the place for them to come from. That might be a personal take, and I don't know how you feel about that, Mac, but I don't think this is the place for overloads if we're ever going to do them.
No. It's probably a bigger conversation to be had there. But yeah, this doesn't feel like the right place for it.
Exactly. They are a tricky thing to do. And if we're going to introduce them, they're going to have a lot of thought put into them. So for now, overloads, they don't exist. They're not even in our thought process at the moment when it comes to this activity. All right. So just want to make that very clear. Cool. All right. Next question then is, do you lose points if your timer runs out?
No. You never lose points, but if the orders change, so like they do in Guardians of the Rift, when your portals change, you'll no longer be able to fulfill that order, and you can take your half-made batch of stuff back to the mixer and put it in and get your reagents back. So you want to kind of balance your time carefully so you don't end up in that situation, because then I guess you are kind of losing like effective reward points.
Indeed. So managing time and again, it won't be a small amount of time. It's not like you've got 30 seconds to make as many potions as possible, unless I'm mistaken, Mac, but I feel like that would be very chaotic.
No, it's definitely more than that.
Yeah, okay, cool. All right, next question then is an interesting one, which I've not even thought about. Will the sack for your lovely greens be obtainable through the activity?
Nope. No plans on that.
Yeah, so there we go. Okay. All right, so we're gonna production's telling me in my ear. I'm guessing this is me avoiding certain words you're enjoying very much, because I can see you hovering over that counter button. I just picture it in my head. All right, thank you, Mac. All right, the final question we have from the gameplay questions is, do these alchemists have internal orders for greenery, i.e. a secondary activity for running around the island gathering greens, which you can use in the minigame, but not tradable or usable outside of this minigame?
I don't know what this question's asking. Are they asking if there's a separate part to this minigame where you're collecting herbs? No.
I think that's what they're asking. Yeah.
Okay. No, you're using all your own herbs. They're not like minigame specific herbs. They're your herbs.
Yeah, they're your herbs. So, oh god, no! I was doing so well for so long. Yeah. So no, there's no extra bit. We would have put it in the blog if there was that there. So just doing that. Matt, just on that point, was there ever any thoughts for using like a way of using herbs that weren't your own, even if it was like less XP, etc.?
Yeah, this came up, I think, in the chat we had the other day about having almost like a Giant's Foundry, like lowest level kind of thing, where you can just run the lowest level stuff through it and get something back. I just don't see a good way of doing it for this. So, no. I mean, there's Guams. Guams are everywhere. So just make the mock stuff. Yeah.
Guams be everywhere. I'm yet to get to that point in my in our group Ironman's journey of the herb. The iron journey for Herblore is so much different to a mains journey, so I'm interested to see what happens there. All right, let's go on to some reward questions. I think we're already more than halfway here. So, Aggro Pots. Let's talk about this. Do you just want to go over what this is, Mac? Because this wasn't in the original news post.
Sure. So this is a new reward we designed this week. Idea is you're out, you're doing your Slayer, you're killing Dagonoths, and the Dagonoths turn off because you've hit the AFK timer. You can drink this potion, and that flicks your AFK timer back. And then we also have a secondary effect where we hunt for NPCs around you, and we'll periodically sort of aggro them onto you deliberately, rather than having them like naturally aggro. This also works for things that aren't naturally aggroed. So if you are slaying dust devils, I think aren't aggressive, it will make them aggressive for the duration, which is I think 6 minutes at the moment, and it's in an 8x8 radius currently. It works quite similarly to the RS3 version. Yeah,
not as wide radius though, I will say, because 17 by 17 radius is crazy big. So we wanted to like at least tone that down. I will caveat as well at saying, like, if something is already aggro to someone else, you cannot use it to steal aggro, because that would be very naughty, and we don't want that to happen. And then in terms of making, we haven't chosen a level or a green you would use, a base to use it, and then the secondary would only be gotten from the activity itself. So that's the sort of premise of that. So I'm going to skip over. I'm going to skip over the next question just because we sort of answered that. And then I suppose, will the Aggro Potion be a one-time use and aggro everything within X amount of tiles, or consistently aggro? So I think it's 6 minutes, right? It will start aggroing things.
Yeah, so the effect remains on you for those 6 minutes, and inside that area, everything will be aggroed onto you. Not all at once, but periodically.
Yeah, I will say in chat, I see a lot of people speaking about I don't like them, and that is absolutely fine. If you don't like them, then just vote on them if you don't want to see them in the game. And if they do come into the game because the majority of players want them, then you don't have to use them. I know that's such a weird, I even hate saying that, like, you don't have to use them, but they'll be there. All right, so just use your votes. That's exactly why the polling process is here. So, you know, vote, use your votes. You know, voting is good. All right, it was weird even saying that, like, don't use them. Ugh, that made me feel a bit strange. All right, here we go. So next question, will NPCs unaggro if going out of their normal aggressive area, or does this potion bypass that?
If they leave their normal area, their normal aggressive area, then yeah, they would de-aggro, I think. It's all based on your where you are. It's an 8x8 of that.
Yeah. So again, also unaggressive enemies in that as well, which is kind of interesting. I think that's the most interesting aspect. It's like the unaggressive enemies will turn and be like, "Yo, Wagwan fam," and just rush you, which is interesting. All right. So one question is, will the Aggro Pot work on Jad healers?
No, that would be a bit silly. We're going to go through and make a kind of a blacklist would be easiest for content that we don't want this to work on. For the most part, it will generally work on anything that you can attack, and then we will go ahead and make considerations around that, similarly to how we did with thralls.
Yeah, again, by the way, anyone looking for the Aggro Pot, it's called the Potion of Goading. Goading, sorry. Potion of Goading in the
playing a goading build in Magic recently, so goading.
Oh, okay. I see now. So yeah, things like that, things like tagging the nibblers in Inferno would be insanely powerful if you could just pot up and be like, "Yeah, over here, come on, mate." Yeah, so we're gonna make sure we address this carefully. If it comes into the game, we will make sure to to balance this correctly. That's what we want. All right, so next question then. Will the Aggro Potion prevent Ironmen from being eligible for loot?
Only if the person who goaded them or made them aggressive towards them hit them the same way it behaves in game at the moment. If they've just aggroed onto them, then no, you're fine.
Yeah, exactly. All right, and then finally, last question on the Aggro Potion. We're going to have to whiz through these because we're not even halfway through, Mac. So maybe we'll just do like a quick fire. All right, do you think the Aggro Potions will benefit Slayer or be harmful for it in the long term as it lets you AFK even more Slayer?
I think generally I like it. I think it's beneficial. We just released the Echo Boots. Synergizes quite well with that. I don't think there's anything wrong inherently with AFK Slayer. It's quite chill. Yeah, I'd be interested to see what the community thinks in general about this.
Yeah, this will have at least a cost to it, right? Like there'll be a cost to using this, like in terms of either for a main buying it or an Iron doing the activity and making the potions yourself. You know, so that there's some cost to it attached to it. But we'll see. Again, use your votes. If you don't like it, then you can let us know and vote on it when the poll comes out, please, because that's exactly what it's there for. All right, potion storage questions. For the potion storage, it would be great to have the potions stored in the POH, but we could access them via the bank. What are your thoughts on this?
Feels clunky. I think we can do it better. I think we can just put a button on the bank, and then when you go to the bank, you can grab your potions rather than having to, like, I don't know, put them in this separate box.
Yeah. I've definitely leaned on the side of the bank myself. I think storing it in the POH might feel a bit weird. You run into POH, getting some pots, going back to the bank, or vice versa, rather than having like everything still in your bank and using your POH to just like reset your stats and stuff, and then get back into the fight quickly. So yeah, bank stuff is definitely the way we went, and it's the more popular answer we saw, especially when it came to the survey and scouring like socials with your comments. It's definitely the majority want for it. So the next question then is thoughts on allowing UIMs to access potion storage?
Nah. Yeah, it's a huge change. I mean, by all means, UIMs out there, we'd love to hear what you think about this. You pick the game mode. Just feels like a pretty massive change to be letting you do this.
Yeah, agree. I even said when we first put out the blog, probably not going to be the way we go, and then just being able to confirm that after our little feedback meeting was like, cool, good. I think this is the right choice. I'm sorry, any UIMs out there, but like Max said, you did pick the game mode. This would be a crazy upgrade for you, and I don't think it's good. So
wait, there's a UIM in the chat. Samsonites has spoken. He says no.
There we go. Yep. One UIM speaks for all UIM. Oh, we got another one as well. There we go. And another one. All right, sick. We got one that said it would be cool, but like even just that small percentage, it's like 1 to 4 that want it. So yeah. All right. About potions in our bank automatically being placed into potion storage, does this mean we would no longer be able to keep potions in our bank tab layouts for quickly gearing for PVM?
Sorry, can you read that whole question again? I was reading the chat.
Basically, are we going to stop players just storing potions normally in their bank with this?
No, you can still put potions in the bank. It will just be a separate inventory, I guess, which you can choose between. Yeah.
So, like, if you really like, say, one potion, I don't know, I'm just picking things out the air, like 4 dose super combat, 4 dose Sarah brews, 4 dose super restores, and you want to be able to like easily access them, then you can just keep them in your tabs for whatever your bank tab layouts are, and then everything else you could just pop in the potion storage to like keep them out the way but still available when you need them. All right, cool. So if you go the route of potion storage, could you please allow us to add the potions in note form? I mean, that sort of comes with the territory of being in a bank anyway. So yes, I suppose. And then would the potion storage have a limit, or could we literally have one type of every amount and still have spare room for the mysterious potions like weapon poison, divines, barbarian mixes, and all future potions, etc.?
I think this really just needs to allow everything, all the potions. Otherwise, it kind of just loses its usability pretty quickly, and it's how desirable it is for saving bank space. I think there's no reason we can't just let you put all of your niche 1 doses and 3 doses and weird little potions in there. I think it's fine.
Yeah, exactly. So like Max said, it will kind of defeat the point of having like a thing that we are trying to combat. The exact reason why you want it. So there we go. Viral blood, coconut, unfinished potions. Mac, just I've seen it in the chat.
Yeah.
There you go. All right, nice. Awesome. Right, potion packs. Oh, there's a lot of questions here. I don't think we're going to get through them. Do you want? Let's just speed run them, Mac. Let's speed run them. All right.
Cool.
Unless we want to stay for another 10 minutes, but it's up to you. I know this is your last day before holiday, so I don't want to take up
I've got time.
Too much.
You can run it.
All right, sick. All right. So we might add an extra 10, 15 minutes just for everyone's awareness. All right. Thoughts on potion pack scaling with your Herblore level? We already sort of touched on that. Yes, I think we're thinking about that. Mac, please tell me if I'm wrong.
Nope, you're right. Good job.
Sweet. Are the potion packs a random potion, or would you get to select your potion?
So the potion packs are tiered between the 3 reagents. So the Mox pack gives potions that require the herbs that make Mox to use. Does that make any sense? Maybe. But we'll also generally weight the potions within the packs to stuff that will be more desirable.
Yeah,
so it's not completely random.
Yeah, exactly. Sorry, chat just caught me off guard again. I've seen a comment that chat's on fire today, like catching me off guard. All right, potion packs. What's the potion to herb sacrifice ratio you're going for? We sort of touched upon this earlier, but Mac, I don't know if you just want to re-go over it.
Yeah, I mean, you won't be getting back the same of what you're putting in. You'll be getting back slightly less, but we'll try and tread that line so it doesn't feel terrible. And then balance that with the fact you're also getting other reward potential alongside it, and you're also not having to use secondaries.
Yeah,
and it's a lab. Exactly. It's cool. It's a change of scenery too. Don't forget
it is. Instead of bank standing, you can come into the lab with all the homies and just rush around fulfilling orders. So.
Yeah.
All right, 3-dose potion. 1 green means is that word been highlighted in the script? Just to throw me off, or all the uses of the words I can't say, I can see them highlighted. So I see what you're doing. I see what you're doing, production. I see what you're doing. Right, 1 green means it's a net benefit since you don't need to gather secondaries, and 2 3-dose potion. 1 green might be too good. Am I? What did I just read?
I don't know what this is. Should we leave this one?
Yeah, if anyone can decode that, I might just put in. I'm gonna put it in chat. If you could decode what this question's trying to say, that would be. Yeah. I felt that easy life. I felt that. I was saying it. Right. Okay. Cool. Regarding the potion packs, so you can use Renal Weed and get prayer or normal defense potions? ?
Yes, but more prayer significantly more prayer than you would defense potions.
Yeah, exactly. Awesome. All right, and finally, is the intention with the buyable packs to profit from the amount of potions the herbs receive fewer? We've already touched on that, so we'll just skip over that one. Oh, I've messed the script up. Sorry, guys. I do apologize. Right, Reagents Pouch question. Here we go. Will we be able to pull secondaries directly from the Reagents Pouch when making potions?
Yes. We're yet to work out the exact kind of flow for using it, but yeah, when you're making potions, it will pull reagents from your reagents pouch while you're making them.
Yeah. Okay, awesome stuff. I've seen someone in chat. I believe they're asking, when you make the potion, how many doses do you get? They're saying one herb gets 1 dose. It's not worth. Okay, I think that's about like general output. That will be down to balancing. Just going to put that out there. We're not going to put numbers on it right now. All right. Next question: will the reagents pouch be like the the greens pouch, where you can store multiple types of items?
Yeah, current plan is that you can store, I think the number was 30 of each reagent. So yeah, similar to the herb pouch. And we're hoping that this will make using it just generally a bit nicer, because you can go to the bank, hit the refill button, and just refill all of those slots, rather than having to do like this weird juggling act of moving stuff between your bank and your herb pouch.
Yeah, I will say, for those who haven't read the blog, we are going to be looking at where this will be available, because being able to create 30 new pots in the Inferno or the Colosseum is crazy, and we do not want that to happen. So just please bear that in mind when voting / talking about this reward. All right, 39. How will the reagent pack work at creature creation? Will we be able to empty it outside of the bank?
I haven't done creature creation. You'll have to carry this one, Sarnie. Uh-oh. All right, we'll pass this one.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe we'll have a look into it. I saw a few comments about creature creation, to be fair. But I have never taken part. I think I've done it. Is creature creation the one where after Tower of Life, and then you go down
the homunculus thing, where you make like the chicken fish thing? Is that it?
Yeah. I'm pretty sure that's the one. I've done it for the diary, and that's and that's it. I never touch it after that. So
yeah, I can't even remember how that works.
So it's used to get red spider eggs quickly, apparently.
I still don't know what the answer is to this. The answer is it will work in a way that feels nice. There
we go. Yeah. So hopefully it will be to your liking. Maybe we'll touch on creature creation specifically when we come back with the updated blog. Cool. Let's go to the next one then. Pre-pot device. How customizable will the pre-pot device be?
Current plan is that you can kind of put the potions in. You can click and drag around to set the order in which they proc. And we also have plans for adding some presets in a very similar fashion to the Rune Pouch. So you can have maybe 4 or 5 presets that you can pre-configure for different encounters.
There you go. Yeah, we saw that feedback a lot during our first release of the blog, so we wanted to make sure that is there. I know Mack's been looking at some other code that might be able to borrow some things from or look into how that works. So we shall see where that goes. All right, question 41. Why is the pre-pot device now changed to be tradable?
It came along as a similar thing to the new potion that we brought in. It's meant as some way of getting some GP per hour out of this. Previously, everything was untradable, and this was the one standout thing that we didn't really think needed to be untradable. It seems like quite a cool thing to be able to just buy. Everything else it just felt very like account level, whereas this kind of stuck out as just a nice piece of utility that you could just purchase for yourself. So yeah, it might just help to keep the content alive in a way and profitable for a while.
I will say I'm going to cut in with a random question because I've seen it a couple of times. Is the pre-pot device a single-use item?
No, it's like a barrel that you put potions in, and you can keep drinking them as long as there's potions in it.
Yeah, we said when we were chatting, we said that it'd be so cool if it was like just a giant keg, just with like 5 empty vials wedged into the side that you just like chug down. So hopefully that makes it in. I don't know yet, but I know the artists were very keen on that approach. So someone's said, "Are you guys gonna use the group drink / keg idea?" I think I say it was floated and we all liked it. It's just a case of time, and if we're able to do it and do it in a nice way that doesn't feel shit, essentially. So I can say that word, but I can't say the H word. So, all right. So 42. Will the pre-pot device work with divines? Asking since the order of drinking potions matters with Menophyte Remedy.
Yes, you can.
There you go. Easy enough. All right. Question 43. Pre-pot device sounds awesome. Would it be similar to the Rune Pouch with swappable presets? We kind of touched on that, but Mac basically said yes, to some extent at least, because we want it to feel nice.
Yep. Presets are on their way. Hopefully I don't have to code it.
Just throwing it at another dev. Okay, I like it. All right. Next question then. Would the pre-pot device have any interaction with the imbued / saturated heart?
Maybe not. I don't really know what the interaction would be. You can't put the heart in there. It's not a potion. So, no.
Yeah, again, keep it in mind it's just potions that will be able to go into the pre-pot device, because it is a pre-pot device and not a pre-food, heart, pot, etc. device. So we're trying to keep it to just potions. Are Guthic rests a potion? Interesting question.
They're in a glass vial, right?
I think they're in a cup, like a cup of tea, right?
A cup? Oh man. Oh yeah, of course they are. Yeah. I think technically they're a potion. If you looked at the config, there'd be a potion.
Interesting.
So, yes.
Interesting. All right, that's definitely one we'll circle back to, especially when we're in the designing phase. So we shall see. If it's in the config already, that's a potion. Then it's a potion. So. All right, cool. Next question then. Amulet of Chemistry imbued. How many charges the Amulet of Chemistry imbued have? Can you add charges with the Amulets of Chemistry? With Amulets of Chemistry, sorry. Or does it just have, say, 50 charges and is destroyed when the charges are gone?
We don't have a final number on charges yet. It's quite a careful number to balance, so that the amulet doesn't end up being completely cracked. But the idea is that you can you buy the imbued amulet and then you can recharge it with the regular amulets, or you can just go ahead and buy another imbued amulet if you want.
Yeah, there'll be a base number that you'll get, I believe, Mac, when you purchase it for the first time, and then if you can keep that topped up, or you can just buy multiple Amulet of Chemistry imbued, depending on how you want to play it out. So yes, and you can recharge them with baby Amulets of Chemistry. I'll put it out there. So next question then is, can we combine, I'm skipping one, production, because I see you hovered over that, but we've just sort of touched on it. Can we combine the Amulet of Chemistry imbued with the Herblore Cape and then charge the cape with the amulets?
Currently no plans for that. It's something we could look into, but yeah, haven't really considered that yet.
Awesome. I'm fine to add this one, answer this one, but Mac, you can jump in if you want. Would you think about adding the Amulet of Chemistry effect as a diary reward for Varlamore? I don't think so. I don't think we do that. I think the diary stuff is a while away as it is, because I think we touched on it in another Q&A that if we do a Varlamore diary, it will be after we've released the whole of Varlamore, because we don't want to start putting out stuff and then end up changing that with each part that comes out. So I would say no, but who knows? So, yeah. All right. Anything to add on that, Mac, or is it just like, yeah?
No, you did a great job, Sarnie.
Oh, thanks. Thanks, man. Little cutie. All right. Alchemist set question. This is a broader question, but with the addition of another skilling outfit, could we look to add ways to store the benefits of the skilling outfit into a ring/quiver or something? I don't know if you want to take this, Mac, and then I can sort of come in, or what do you want to do?
Sounds like you got something brewing. Go for
Yeah.
it.
I raised it in the meeting. I definitely think, and I put in the blog for a reason. I think there is space to explore. I don't know when this exploration would have come, but I personally would like to see the closed pouch from the forestry kit, at least like a separate version of the closed pouch, be equipable in like the ammo slot, basically. And then you can add a skilling set in there and just get the effects, and then you can just wear what you want in terms of fashionscape. I think the way the closed pouch works in the forestry kit, if I remember, is you would only gain the benefits of the skilling outfit while you have the closed patch equipped, or while you've got it in the forestry kit. So if you were wearing graceful with it, you wouldn't be able to get the effects of graceful and the skilling outfit at the same time, because that would be quite overpowered. But at least this is a way that you can gain the benefits while still wearing some like epic drip, basically, skilling with your friends. So again, that's not in the works or anything. That's just something I think would be a really nice idea, and I would like to explore, maybe in another game jam or a later part of Varlamore. Who knows? Cool. All right. So next question on this then is, I'm assuming that while using goggles, any secondary saves will remain in the secondary pouch.
Assuming they're in there, yeah. Depends where it's attempting to use them from, but yeah, we're not going to like take them out and put them in your main inventory just to be annoying or anything.
Yeah, exactly. So, and for those who missed it, the original pitch was that you would have 2.5% of the effect on each of the pieces like normal, but we've opted to move the effect just to the goggles, and then you can have the cool Herblore outfit or alchemist outfit, or however we're designing that, as a just unlockable reward if you want. So that's how we're doing it now. Cool. Do we want to go through? Do you want to check these chat questions that have been added, just in case there's anything you don't want to answer?
No, let's go for it.
All right, sweet. I'm going to chuck one in there though, randomly, Mac, to throw you off guard. The first question is this area instance? Can I drop stuff around the lab? I'm guessing, is this a UIM asking that?
They're everywhere today. No, this is not currently not instance. So you can go in there with everyone. There's no like themed worlds or anything. You just go in there. Very similar to Blast Furnace. Go in, you do your thing, you leave when you want. There's no like rounds or separate instances for anyone. Yeah.
Awesome. All right. So first chat question: can you use grimy herbs or clean herbs only? Oh my god! Back-to-back herb. Come on, man. Yeah, you can have that one. You can have that one. Production.
You can only use clean herbs for this. If you want to use grimy ones, you need to clean them. Either make that part of your process or do it at your bank before you come in. The choice is yours. I floated the idea of letting people use grimy herbs, and it like has a chance to gum up the system a little bit, and maybe it like takes an extra tick to work. But the chat freaked out when I mentioned that, so that idea's been canned.
Yeah. Funders, if you missed the start of the stream, unfinished potions, yes, you can use unfinished potions now. We made that change. All right, next question then. Will the new Aggro Potion be usable on bosses like Verzik to control her targeting?
Probably not. There will be a list of bosses that we go through and just general content that we want to blacklist from being effective here.
Sick. All right. Right. Next question then. Will we be able to store Torstols in the reagent sack for super combats?
Nope. It's I think I consider it more of a herb than a reagent.
I'd say so. I'd say so. All right. Next question then. We've got 2 more, and then we'll wrap up. What other new pots were considered but eventually didn't make it to the final pitch?
There was I think it was a super ranging. I had brewing at some point. Didn't really have legs. Reward space on potions is kind of tight. And then this idea of the aggression potion came up, and it just sounded like a nice utility thing to include. So that's where that came from.
Yeah, awesome stuff. All right, thank you, Matt. I will say I just wanted to check something before I let some unintentional information slip and tease something I shouldn't be. But you can expect to see a new potion with something else we're talking about very soon. So I will leave it there. And you can have that as a nice little tease. Right, final question then is why can't the not overloads, it's not overloads, all right, chat? Just no overloads, okay? All right, it's not happening. All right, and not a love potion either, all right? I see you in there. Right, final question then, Mac. Why can't the Amulet of Chemistry imbued not be an amulet? What you can charge with the Amulet of Chemistry, you can charge it with the Amulet of Chemistries. That's the idea, and that's what we've changed it to. So yeah, chat's going mad. Potion of invisibility, that would be madness. Could you imagine that in PvP? That'd be chaotic as hell. It's my kind of chaos, but not for balancing reasons. Nice. All right, we've got through them all, Mac. We did them all. I can't believe it.
It's easy as that.
Absolutely smashed it. All right, how are you feeling after that grilling? You want to call it a grilling? I don't know.
It was a pretty intense grilling, yeah. Lots of mixed opinions in the chat.
Yeah.
Overall, feeling pretty good. Glad to get it all out there, you know.
Exactly. Like I think we made some good decisions in terms of changes, but I hope you all like the changes. And again, please let us know. And please vote the way, that's why the polling system there. I'm going to keep hovering on it. If you don't like something, let us know via the polls, because, have some conversations with people, see how you're feeling. Like, I know sometimes it can be a bit like when something comes out initially, it is, can be quite a snappy reaction, and it's not a bad thing at all. But maybe have some conversations, see how you feel about conversations. Still feeling the same way? Cool. Then vote in the poll. The poll will be out soon. I have to just double check my dates, but it will be out very soon. So just stay tuned. When I say soon, I mean in the next week or so. So yeah, just bear that in mind. There will also be, just to clarify, 2 questions that we mentioned from the first Varlamore Part 2 blog that we put out, I think, at the start of this month or the last month, about quests. So there'll be 2 questions in there about quests, about adding more quests to Varlamore, and giving us the freedom to do some more surprise quests, like the Lilypad Labour Dispute one. So if you haven't done that, go and do it. Sick quest. Really, really good dialogue. Super old school. So yeah, go and when it comes out, go and vote on that, and hopefully you can let us do some more surprises. All right, let's wrap up then. Exclamation mark game update this week brings Varlamore CA tweaks, moons, apparel, armor, weight adjustments, the start of game jam, and more. So you can check out the full patch notes with that. And just to clarify, next week there is no game update. There might be some downtime still just to refresh worlds and stuff like that, but I can't confirm that, but just be aware that there's no normal game update next week while we are jamming away. Exclamation mark Herblore, I can finally say it. We've updated the news post on Varlamore's proposed activity following your feedback. Check it out and let us know your thoughts. Exclamation mark Rebalance, we've made more tweaks to combat-focused project rebalance proposal based on your feedback, so you can check out all the details there. !stages. We had a stages modcast on Discord discussing this very thing, and you can check it out right now using that link, or you can use !Discord, hop in the Discord. There's a lovely little section around there for stages. You can listen to myself and Mac ramble on about this before the changes came out. And there's a handy little VOD section there. You can check out all the old VODs. Not just this one, but I think there's another one in there. We're going to be making use of that more so very, very soon. And yeah, that is it. Thank you all for sticking around. I know this is a bit longer live stream, but we wanted to get all your questions answered. Mac, how you feeling? You feeling good? You ready to go on holiday?
I'm very ready to go on holiday, yeah. I'm seeing a lot of happy vacation messages in the chat, so thank you, everyone. Appreciate it.
You guys, I know you guys are cute. You're all cute deep down. Like, you put on this hard exterior, but I know what you like, all right? You guys are softies all inside, all right? Yeah, I hope you have a lovely holiday, Mac. Looking forward to seeing you when you're back. It's a shame you're missing some of the jamming, but for a good reason.
I'll happily sacrifice my jam.
I'll hold you to that. If there's no jam coming back from where you're going, I'm going to be very disappointed now. So, yeah, awesome. All right, and of course, thank you all for watching this. As always, it's always a pleasure doing these Q&As. Even if I can say some silly things sometimes, it's still a good time. I'm enjoying vibing with you lot. So yeah, I think we're going to go raid someone now, because we're not forgetting about that again, hopefully. Who is it, Owly? Is it someone? Who's it going to be? Mole Music. Okay. All right. Sick. All right. Have you put in the chat now? Oh, sick. Our chat. Excellent. So stick around. I'm going to go raid a stream, send some love their way. Be nice. Chat as always, because that's what we like to do here. Send some love, send some support, and we will start raiding them very shortly. So again, I've been Sarnie, your host, and we shall see you in the next one. There'll be no live stream next week either. Just bear that in mind. So probably when we come back after Game Jam. So have a lovely evening, morning, afternoon, wherever you are, and I hope you have a lovely weekend too. And peace. Goodbye.
Yeah.